Yes! 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 Oh! Oh, buggers! Hello, everybody. CMason1015. I am back again on the Fall Damage Feed the V server. And so one of the last things that we did, we've done some other things, but one of the last construction things that we did was we created the AE system. We have our access terminal, our crafting terminal, a couple drives, only one of which has anything in them, and even one of which has one of these 64K storage has anything actually in it. We have the assembler containment, or the molecular assembler, of which we have 3 things in there that we can assemble, and we've got the pattern encoder. So that's where we're at. Now, if we go downstairs here, and all of this is in a previous video, so it's not like probably anybody's not seen this before. We have over here, we have the bottom of the container, the molecular assembler. Ooh, that's going to be tough for me to say. Molecular assembler. We've also got all of our logistics pipes sitting over here doing things, and then all of our deep storage is over here. And now the deep storage is attached to the ME system through these storage buses, which they do a fine job there, but it's also attached to the logistics pipe system through these logistics pipes. And things like, now 13,000 redstone. I think we're okay on redstone. So here's the deal. I have also shut down almost all of the Camcorp factory. In fact, I think I've only got a few things still going right now. The redstone crop, of course, is still going. The ardite and cobalt crops are still going. I think everything... Oh, no, it looks like the ender pearl crops are still going. The gold crops are still going. Everything else on this level is shut down, as you can see from full blooms of whatever. This ought to be shut down. I'm shutting it down. Okay. These 2 things, I believe, are shut down. Yep. So all of the ore berries in there are not producing. This thing will stop producing pretty soon. I've got all of the berries not producing. This is the diamond crop, and it's still producing. I think that's about it for over here. I'm not producing anything else. And the reason why is because we're rich. I mean, we are rolling in it. I also, the last time I was on, I just kind of chopped down. I mean, Mason started chopping down this tree, and I just went ahead and finished the job. I was like, you know, this is just silly. I'm not gonna sit here and try to finish this up and stuff. So I just went ahead and, or I didn't want to see a halfway done thing. What is this? Oh, that's shale. I need to fill in some of this water. I don't know if this is creeper blow-ups or what, but it bugs me. So let's see here. I've also been busy in the Twilight Forest, as you probably will see from my live streams. So I don't really have anything going on with the ME system other than storage right now. It's not really crafting anything. It's certainly not my thing that's producing anything. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Why is there 64 gold ore in there? Something's plugged up. So the diamond dust, lapis lazuli dust, more diamond dust. Do I not have any of that over here? Where that stuff? Oh. We need to get rid of some of this. Throw that in there. I don't know why the redstone started falling into there. Let's just get rid of it real quick. Okay, so let me clean this up and get the gold start processing back again at least, and then I will be right back with you. Okay, I am back again. I also cleaned up my personal inventory a little bit. One of the things that I want to do is I've got the ore processing going over here, and it's all based on logistics pipes. But the thing that I really want to do, and the thing that I really have been intrigued on, is I want to get everything flowing through the ME system. So, in other words, what I'm saying is I want to get rid of the logistics pipe system. I did that last time. I should have not done it this time. I should have said, okay, let's do the ME system this time. I mean, when I mean last time, I mean last world, in the Unleashed world. I had the logistics pipes. I remember all that crafting I had. If you haven't, you can go see some of the other videos. But I had like room on room of crafting, auto crafting stuff, and the equipment and stuff like that. What I really want to do this time is move straight over and have everything go through the ME system. And a couple things that I'm going to end up doing with this is I still want to use the IC2 components for ore processing as much as possible. There are some things even the IC2 stuff won't do. For instance, ferrous and the cobalt, the nether ores, it won't. The IC2 stuff, the macerators can't handle. This is basic, just regular processing here. But everything else, all the other ores and stuff like that, it can handle. And because we're using the ore washing plant, we get a little bit of kickback from this. Now, the other thing that I'm thinking I want to do also is I want to bring online these thermal centrifuges, because the thermal centrifuges give you the little bonus materials. So that is something that I think would be really cool to go from macerator to ore washing to this thermal what was that? Anyway, the thermal centrifuge, and then to the smelting of, using the induction furnaces. So that is a thing. But I also want to get rid of all of this and go through the start using the ME system. Now, here is the issue. The cool thing about the logistics pipes, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. The cool thing about the logistics pipes is this. So if you look at this logistics chassis Mark III, it can hold three things: an item sink, an extractor module, blah, 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 right? Okay, so here's the thing with the item sink. I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items in the item sink. Let's say, oh, somebody must be coming in. The ore washing one also has, these things here, because whatever the macerator crushes up, it goes over there. But let's look at these. Let's look at these thermal at the induction furnaces, right? So you'll notice that I have logistics chassis Mark IVs on there. And why do I have them? Well, because I have 3 sets of item sink modules. And why do I have 3 sets of item sink modules? Because I have a few more than 9 items in each one. So in here, all the stuff gets smelted. So the purified crushed iron ore, the iron dust. There's another iron dust in one of these. That's silver. There's the pulverized iron from thermal expansion. There is the iron ore berry. So basically all of that goes in there. Now, I could, and the thing about this is that I can add more if I went to a Mark V, and I think there's the Mark 6. I'm not sure. Let me just check here. Chassis. Nope. Wrongo. Logistics. Let's see. That's the provider pipe. Where is my chassis? Yeah, here's my chassis. So Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4, and I think Mark 5 allows for, like, I forget how many it allows for, but I could go to another. I could even upgrade even a little bit more and get more things for the modules. So what I'm saying is that with the AE system, I don't know that I'm going to have that same thing. Now, the AE system, so whereas this is using item sinks and extractors, the AE system uses the thing that I can't remember what it's called. Applied. It uses that little block, this thing, ME interface. It uses the ME interface. And there you can actually have, it's got its own set of basically item sync, but then it also has its own little bit of extraction also. So I can put that on here. I just don't know how that's going to work. Now, I think I've got like either 8 or 9 things that I can have the interface pull in, and then, you know, of course there'd be 8 or 9 things that it pulls out. Now here's the thing. I've got 2 induction furnaces, which for most things is enough. You know, when I've got these additional item sinks, you know, of course I can keep on adding things in here. I don't have to have just 2 induction furnaces. I could have 3, I could have 4, I could have 5 induction furnaces, each with its own interface. So each interface would add a little bit more. And these induction furnaces are so fast. I mean, look at that. It's not going to get plugged up. I mean, not even a little bit. This thing is faster than this induction furnace processes faster than these things, at least with their current upgrades and overclockers, can possibly put out. Okay. And if I added more, that would be fine. I don't really use the compressor too much. I don't really use the extractor anymore. You know, I can always move these things around and reconfigure this room and stuff like that to you know, I've got all this room over here too still that I haven't even touched. I want to know where he's got these birds, and there's a chicken and stuff like that. He's got them hidden somewhere. I got to figure out where they're at, because they're driving me a little crazy. So, do you hear that? It's driving me a little bonkers. He's got them hidden somewhere. I hear him. I can't find him. I gotta tell him to get rid of him. I think Mason put him down, because for a while there was just the chicken, and now there's the chicken and the little birdie. So I think he did that. Okay. So anyway, so that's what's up with that. So I think what I want to do, look at that. I mean, it just goes crazy. So what I want to do is I want to start getting things connected in here. I also want to add a few more ME drives before I do too much else. I want to get rid of all of these, or at least most of these chests. I think I want to leave like these 9 chests for just junk drawer chests. So like we'll put the machinery in here. But like for the things that I have, I want to get... Ooh, are we running out of coal? I wonder if I should set up a coal factory. That's probably one of the next things. Look at all this. Look at all these diamonds. I mean, this is just from this factory just running. You know, all these diamonds. And probably obsidian and flint. Although I've got so much gravel, I can make the flint, and then the obsidian I can make with my obsidian maker over there. So yeah, I want to go ahead and start setting things up for this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out for a bit. I'm going to come back and hopefully have a couple things ready to roll. And again, this is one where I have to experiment with AE because I've never used it before. So just bear with me, and I will be right back. And I'm going to move that thing right there because every time I open up the door, I see this thing moving around, and I'm like, "Oh, you're kidding me! I'm dying here." I feel like this is a mob getting ready to jump out at me. So I think I'm gonna move it around a little bit. But anyway, okay, I will be right back. All right, I'm back again, and I had to make a crafting monitor because these are handy. So the crafting, I'm not really sure what the difference. Like, there's the crafting terminal and the crafting and the ME access terminal, but I can look at craftable items and actually craft them right from the terminal. I'm not sure why I need a separate ME terminal for that, unless I can just put one to stored items and one to keep this as... Yeah, see, this goes back to stored items too. I'm not sure why. But then this actually shows you what you're crafting up here. And the reason why I want to show you this is because I have completed my first bit of project. So let's go down here, and I cleaned out this little room, redstone furnace, a ME interface, and a ME cable. Let's see, an ME cable going into the ME interface there, and then a basic import bus coming out of the back of the redstone furnace. So let's check this out. So the first thing that I had to do is I had to create this ME interface. You can look at the recipe online or whatever. I'm not going to go into it. I mean, I made a thing here, so you know, I made kind of all of the accessory things to go with it, right? So ME interface goes here. Now the arrow. The reason why I've got the arrow in this is because you can do a couple different things. So I can just have it like this. Then if it's like, so this is the front, I guess. But you want it to actually, let's see, that's the back of it. That's the side. I want it to go up. I want this interface to go up into this redstone furnace. So this is the interface to this redstone furnace, okay? The next thing that you do is you want to hook up the ME. So number one, it has, I don't guess it needs power, but it has the access to the network, to the ME network. Then you come up here and you grab your pattern encoder, and you have to physically put in so what I said was I want to make one for glass, because glass is kind of a basic thing, right? A lot of the ME stuff needs glass and stuff. And like right now in the system, I had 36. I have another 10 because I actually made some using this new system. So I'm going to take all the glass out, right? So I have no glass in my ME system right now. So then you have to encode a pattern with that. Now, if you encode, so this is the stuff I've discovered. So most things, if you let's say like a bookshelf, you want to make a bookshelf. So you go to NEI and you click on that, and then you can click on that, and then you can actually encode a bookshelf, right? Well, with glass, things that need something to make them, not a crafted thing, but something to make them, like glass, so you have to put glass in a furnace, right? You can't do that with. So you can do this, and you can take quite clear glass, but as soon as you go to just doing a smelting, no question mark, right? And so what you have to do there is you have to actually do the pattern in the in kind of the crafting thing itself. So I could encode this, and it would go from glass to or from sand to glass. And as a matter of fact, have done so with this ME interface. So this is an encoded pattern and crafts with crafts one glass with one sand. Now the other thing that I did here was I put this into crafting mode. I guess the other thing I could do is only use stocked items when exporting. I don't know. I just put it into crafting mode. Blocking mode. So do not push crafting items. Crafting crafting items if the inventory contains items. So if this gets plugged up, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to put anything into here if this thing already contains items, right? So now it's got the pattern for making glass. And if I go up to the crafting terminal, I can say craft glass, right? Then it would push the sand. It would say I need however many sand I need to make however many glass you requested, and it would say okay, push, and put them in there and stuff like that. Now here's the other thing that I did. Since this is on the bottom, my input is on the bottom, my output is in the back, because as soon as it makes the glass, it's got to be able to take it out. So this import bus looks to the back to import from here to the ME system. Okay? Does that make sense? Gosh, I hope that makes sense. It took me a little bit of time to kind of figure some of this out. So I'm going to have a line of machines with the interface, export bus, and power going along the top. And they're going to be lined up right here. Okay? So let's go up to the top. Now, remember, I have no glass in here now. So I go over to my crafting grid, my ME terminal, and I'm going to say I'm going to craft 10 more glass. Begin. So now this thing says that it's crafting. That's what it's currently crafting. And if we go over here, we see that this is working. So it's crafting and pushing and crafting, and it just pushes it right out. And if we go back up to the terminal, we can see that I am not looking at my... There's my 5. We'll see 6 come along. There's 6. 7 will go in. There we go. So my glass is moving upwards. Okay? So now I can craft anything in here. So like, for instance, this encoded pattern, I need 4 glass. Right? So it crafts 1 machine frame with 4 iron, 1 gold, and 4 glass. So if it doesn't have it, it will just start crafting. And it looks just well, hello, Light. It looks just like any other crafting thing. Now here's the cool thing. Ha ha! So yonder logistics system. In order to have more than one thing go in here. So okay, so I could go back. I'm not going to do it, but I could go back to the old world, to the Unleashed world, and I could pull up the Unleashed world and show you, like, I would have a furnace, one single furnace for glass. And the reason why is because you had, let me go back down here to the crafting thing. So you had these crafting logistics pipes. And the thing about the crafting logistics pipes is you've got one per, I suppose you could put a block and then encircle it with, you could put like a furnace and encircle it with the crafting pipes. But you've basically got each crafting pipe gives you one thing and then one output. One set of inputs, one set of outputs, right? Whereas with this interface here, I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inputs and outputs. 9 different recipes. So that is a plus. I'm going to guess, if I wanted to, I could even go have an interface on this side, an interface on this side, and an interface on this side. So that's, 9 times 4 is what? Is 9 times 4 36? 18, 27, 36. 36 different recipes attached to this one redstone furnace. And if I think if I set them all up this way, where I say blocking mode, do not push crafting items if inventory contains items, I think they would all play nicely together and would not try to do anything. But I can also, because the redstone furnaces are relatively cheap, I can just stick with this. Now, what the cool thing now is, I can walk the wrong way. I could take all this logistics system stuff out. I could put interfaces on the tops of these three. I could have, so like for instance, for these three, I don't ever have anything more than these items. In fact, I've got 2 extra, right? For these three, same thing. Now, my question is, now I know with the thermal expansion stuff, they have a very distinct inside and or input and a very distinct output. And if you don't have that, so like I didn't have these hooked up at all, and I tried to craft some, I turned all these off, and it wouldn't accept and it wouldn't pull, and then even once I got the input right, it wasn't pulling out of here because I didn't have the output on to the back, But IC2 works a little bit differently, so there's not a distinctive input and a distinctive output for the most part. I know some of these things, like this, the input would be from the top, the output could be from the side or the back. But I think I'm going to try a little experiment on this, and I think that I can use the ME system and hook up interfaces all along the tops here, and it would just pull out. It would push in, pull out as much as it need to. Now, I think that's what happens if I use an interface. I think that's what's happening. So let me get that part set up. We'll be, at that point, probably what I'll do, because none of this over here runs anything. Where are those things? None of this runs any kind of ore processing except for this. And the only thing it processes at this point are these items. So let me set that up. Let me repair my pick a whole bunch first, because I'm out of pick. Let me set that up. I will be right back, and we'll take a look at that. But this is actually very exciting, because I think I could convert the entire works here pretty easily over to the ME system and get everything imported and going. And the thing that I'm really looking... Oh, now I'm not even doing anything. The thing that I'm really looking forward to is being able to auto-craft the encoded, the basic assembler, basic cook this guy and the other things up. That will be way mondo cool. In addition, I'm looking forward to being able to... I want to see if there's a way to if there's an easy way to combine, take these auto workbenches out, combine all of this nugget and stuff, and actually there would be, wouldn't there? All I'd have to do, because this is the crap. Ooh! So I could conceivably take out all of this and have it auto-craft the nuggets and stuff. Can I do that? I think I can. If I asked it to automatically craft... No, this is a requesting system, isn't it? This molecular assembler chamber is kind of an... It's kind of a... You have to do it on a request basis. Let me take a look here, though. Okay, so what I could do is use an auto-crafting... I could just use a regular crafting table, couldn't I? I wonder if I could. I wonder if I plunk down one of these things here, because this is... Because a pattern actually sets up how it wants to craft. So if I set up an interface to a crafting table, would it just do it automatically? Like if I set it up to this crafting station, would it just push and pull right immediately? Okay, this is an experiment now. So let me check and see if it would do that, and how would I instruct the system that as soon as it came in here that I wanted it to go get taken care of over here. That's the big question. Because like with the logistics pipes, I just say that this is like, it just starts, like, I just do an item sync basically. That's all I have to do is just an item sync. So I got to figure out a way to do that. I've got to figure out a way, because I don't want to have nuggets and dust just floating around. I want to have actual things. Maybe I'll have to have these auto crafting. Maybe I'll have to have several of these set up. I may not be able to lose all of these. That's what I'm trying to say. But in any event, I can at least get them all into the auto crafting system. And it's nighttime. Nighttime is fright time. Look at this. Look at this. Come here. Ooh, what is this? What is this? What are you wearing? What's he wearing? Oh, give me a record. Oh, look at you. What kind of armor is this? Did he die? Did he get served? Did he get himself served? Make me a record. Look at this guy. He's gonna throw that creeper. He threw that creeper. Where'd the creeper go? There he is. Anyway. Okay, I'll be right back.